Here's our zero-based monthly household budget for March 2025. Hey there, I'm Brittany Flammer. I'm a certified financial coach and the creator of Fit Finance Club. For a frame of reference, we are a family of 7 and we are living in northern Utah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our budget for the month. We'll go ahead and start with income. My husband's income, I have budgeted at $6,100. He is salary. It does fluctuate a little bit because there's extra stuff that he does on the side. I don't know that he'll have any this month. I'm not gonna plan on it. $6,100 is about what his take-home pay usually is. This has health insurance taken out of it and taxes. It does not have anything taken out for retirement, so you'll see that later on in our budget. My business does bring in some money every month, but we are not planning on it. We like to budget off of his income. We have always been a single income family until the last couple of years. My work is part-time and fluctuates a lot. So we like to budget off of his income, and then anything my business makes, we like to put towards fun stuff. Right now that's going towards house projects, which really aren't that fun, but they'll be done soon, which is kind of fun. So that's why we don't have anything budgeted for my income. Cash back, this is cash back from our credit card. We use a credit card for everything, pay it off every month. We earn 2% flat rate cash back on all of our purchases. Each month I transfer that front cash back into our savings account and we put that aside for Christmas. So I don't know how much it'll be. I'm not budgeting it, but I'm accounting for it right here. At the end of the month, we'll transfer that to savings. And interest. We have a lot of money in online savings accounts or high yield savings accounts. If you need a recommendation, my favorite ones I'll have playing up there. We earn interest on them every single month, which is income. So I want to account for it, but I'm not planning on it. Whatever we earn, we just let accumulate in those online savings accounts, but we will earn some. So I want to take that into consideration. I'm just not planning it into our living. So our total income will be $6,100 for the month of March. First thing we like to do is we like to do donations. We personally donate, we pay 10% tithing on our gross income. Then we also donate some to humanitarian funds and to some fast offerings. This $900 is off of my husband's income, 10% of his gross income. So we will probably end up paying more than $900, but that is just dependent upon how much money I make. So if I make more than $0, we will end up paying more in tithing, but based off of my husband's income, that's how much we will pay. Now moving on to our expenses, I start with the most basic fixed expenses and then move down to the ones we have more control over. So starting with our mortgage, that is $1,400 for the month. If you watch my videos, this has gone up a little bit. We recently redid our homeowner's insurance, increased it a little bit because of our addition. So it went up a few dollars a month. So it was around $1,380 per month. We decided to round up to $1,400. So we're paying a little bit extra every month. It's cutting off 3 or 4 months off of our mortgage, but it's a small enough amount that we don't really even notice it. And it's just nicer for math. I like the round numbers. Our electricity, $52 for the month. This is actually down. We've been paying $60 a month, and I get asked all the time how we have such low electricity and gas bills. We do have solar panels. We put them on the first year we lived in our house, and we guesstimated, because we hadn't lived there for a full year, we didn't know exactly how much electricity we would use. We wish we'd have added about 2 more panels because we tend to run out of solar before summer, before spring, the end of winter. So we are on an average payment plan. Last summer, our panels got disconnected without us realizing for over a month in the middle of the summer when we collect most of our solar. So our bill is typically like $20 a month, but it went up. So it's been $60, now it just went down to $52. It'll probably continue to go down, but we are toying with the idea of getting more panels and battery backup. We haven't done that yet though. Our natural gas is $68 for the month, and we do use most in the winter, but we are on an average payment plan, so we will pay this throughout the entire year so that it doesn't drastically change in the winter versus the summer. Our city bill is also on an average payment plan, so we pay $196.49 at some point throughout the year. They will reevaluate it and adjust it. But this includes our garbage, our recycling, a few fees for our city, and our water. We live in the desert. We have a large yard, and it's watered with sprinklers. So our water bill is what's huge in the summer. So we like having it averaged out, so it's easier to maintain throughout the summer. My term life insurance is $11.10 per month. Our car insurance, we pay it monthly. It fluctuates by a couple of dollars. I've never had it be more than $106, so I'm just putting it at $106. Our phone bill is $30 for the month. We have cell phones. This is for my husband and I. We are added on to another family member's plan, so we just pay how much it costs for them to add our lines. Our two oldest have cell phones, but we used a prepaid plan through Mint Mobile that we've been really happy with. So we don't pay on a monthly basis. We pay once a year to get the best deal. Internet, we pay a flat rate of $55 for the month. Gas for our cars, I've got $2.25 budgeted here. We don't have much going on in March. We don't have any tournaments. We don't even have any sports games. We're kind of in between the seasons, just regular practices. The weather's getting warmer, so I don't know that we'll be doing much skiing. So $2.25 should be enough for the month. Piano, there are 4 weeks of piano this month in March, so that's $80. And there are 4 weeks for guitar lessons, so that should be $40 for the month. Groceries, I had it budgeted at $700 for the month, but I like to do a zero-based budget and I had some money left over, so I increased it to $758 because I always go over, so between $700 and $800 is what I like to have it at. Eating out, $35 for the month. This is for me and my husband to go out a couple times, or maybe our family to go to Costco or Little Caesars at some point throughout the month. Miscellaneous, inevitably something random comes up, so $25 is usually what we keep that at. Kids money, $25. They have charts, they have jobs they're supposed to do every day before they get screen time. If they actually mark everything off and do a good enough job, they get paid for some of those jobs. Most days they don't mark it off. Occasionally we pay them extra for some jobs. $25 is usually enough for the month. Entertainment, I don't have anything planned, but if something comes up, we have some money in the budget for entertainment. That takes our total expenses to $3,132, which is 51% of our take-home pay. Moving on to debt, the only debt we have is our mortgage, and I've already accounted for that. So I'm going to move on to savings. For us, our savings includes our long-term retirement and a lot of shorter-term sinking fund savings. This is money that I like to keep in an online savings account. Like I said, I have a few favorites. We like earning interest on them. Our emergency fund is the first one. We're not adding anything to it because we have a fully funded 6-month emergency fund, and we feel good about that right now, so we're not contributing to it. My husband's fund money, he gets $50 for the month, and that includes his fund money and some money for repairs and maintenance on his bike. I get $25 for the month. We have talked about increasing that a few times, but we'd both rather put the money towards vacations and trips than spend it on little stuff for ourselves. Life insurance, this is for my husband's term life insurance. It works out to be $68 a month, so that's what we plan, and then we pay it once a year in the fall. House maintenance, if you own a house, there's always maintenance that needs to be done. We have budgeted $250 for this. If you've been following along, you know we need a new washing machine. In March, we should have enough money in our savings to pay for a washing machine, but it is still working. So at this point, I figure we just wait until it completely dies before we buy a new one. Vacation, $200 for the month. If you watch my sinking funds or our money goals for the year, family trip is one of those. This year we're doing a small trip. It's a road trip that's not too far away. So setting aside $200 per month will be enough to pay for that trip. We do not budget anything for house updates, but any money that I make from my business, we will put towards that. Clothing, $100 per month. We already have auto pay set up, so $100 is automatically being transferred. I kind of think we maybe should increase this, but I've already got the auto pay set up and I haven't gone in to change it, so for now we're just going to leave it at $100 per month. Gifts, same thing. We put aside $50 per month. Car expenses, we've been setting aside $125. Really, we don't need that much to pay for just our regular maintenance, but inevitably there will be some repair needed throughout the year, so I'm keeping it at $125. We are not budgeting anything for Christmas. We will use the cash back from our credit card. So I'm not budgeting anything, but when we get cash back on the credit card, I'll put it into our sinking fund for Christmas. Kids extracurricular, we have budgeted $400. Our oldest has stopped playing a competitive sport, which has saved us a ton of money. So we really could decrease this, but we just emptied out our savings for kids extracurricular. We had a big soccer tournament that was really expensive. We took our entire family, so we drained that account. So I kind of want to build it up a little bit before I decrease our contributions there. We put $400 for my husband's Roth IRA, $400 for mine. This is 10% of my husband's gross income. So that's what we have automatically invested each month. And then we put 10% of whatever I make, we contribute, but that varies every month, so we manually invest that. So our total savings is $2,068, which is almost 34% of our take-home pay. That means we are budgeting all $6,100 of it, so it's a zero-based budget. Right down here is where I will track our spending throughout the month so I know how much we have left. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.